Squeaking now, thinking about just a meniscus tear.
Jerry's a true legend.
Hey,
man.
that brings me to another thing. LeBron on steroids.
Can you at least like elaborate?
Yeah, give me some context.
Just
How old is LeBron?
They know, and they do not care. That is not a fan theory. That is not some random troll online. That is a former NFL player on a recorded podcast saying out loud that LeBron James is on steroids, and the two people sitting next to him did not push back. They said, why would we even stop him? Now, before anything else, there is no confirmed positive test on LeBron James. No official violation. That needs to be said clearly and upfront. But this is not the first time someone with a real name and a real platform has said this. Jeff Teague said it, then walked it back and joked about black trucks showing up outside his house. Kevin Garnett implied it when he told Bronny he was on that new juice. Shaquille O'Neal made a wink-wink joke about it on the Pivot podcast. Jail Sonnen made the most direct accusation of all. Claimed they shared the same drug doctor, and now Korey Toomer. Flat out. No hesitation. Steroids. Peptides. The list keeps growing. And the reaction from the people sitting around him tells you everything about where this conversation has actually reached.
What was just talking about? At 35, Jerry Rice did what? He
tore his ACL, still played.
right? And still played?
He plays
LeBron,
football.
how old?
40. Playing basketball.
he don't even play all the games.
Now, we done had some pickup games. I'm 37. We had some pickup games. After them pickup games, I'm hurting, bro. Like bad.
But just think though, bro.
He's on something.
Just,
Jay.
but
He
just
don't
think.
do that every day,
Just
though.
think.
He
What?
do that every.
He's
You-
on steroids.
He's
on them. Peptides.
I don't doubt it.
He's on them. They're letting him get away with it.
Why not?
Argue. They're
Why
letting
not?
him get away with taking steroids.
Why wouldn't we?
They are letting him get away with it. Not implied. Not joked about. Said directly on a recorded podcast by a former professional athlete. And the people sitting next to him did not say, wait, you need evidence for that. They did not say, that is a serious accusation. They said, why would we stop him? He makes too much money for the league. Think about what that actually means. These are former professional athletes. People who understand drug testing protocols. Who know what the rules are supposed to mean. And their reaction to the idea of the biggest star in basketball using performance-enhancing drugs is, whatever. Let him play. We are all enjoying the show. That is the environment LeBron James operates in right now, where the people who know the most are the most comfortable looking away. And the timing of this conversation cannot be ignored. Luka goes down, Reeves goes down, and immediately, every major sports network starts pumping out the same pro-LeBron content. ESPN, Fox Sports. First things first, LeBron versus the world. LeBron carrying a team alone at 41. Is that just genuine admiration? Or is there a very specific narrative being manufactured around this man at the most convenient possible moment? Because the age context here is impossible to ignore. 41 years old. Playing at an elite level. Putting up numbers that players in their prime struggle to match. Recovery and discipline can explain a lot of things. But at some point, the conversation becomes unavoidable.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Why wouldn't we?
Don't get mad at me for saying
All
that
the money he's brought in the league, screw it. Let him do it.
Yeah, let him do it. I don't care.
All the money he brought into the league. That is the entire justification. Not that he passed every test. Not that there is no evidence pointing in a concerning direction, but that he is simply worth too much money for anyone in a position of power to seriously investigate. And that is the most disturbing part of this entire conversation. Because what they are describing is a two-tier system. One where regular players face testing, suspensions, and career-ending consequences when they cross a line. And one where the biggest star in the sport operates under a completely different set of rules, because the league cannot afford for the story to go in that direction. Now think about what that does to every record LeBron holds. Every statistical milestone. Every time someone opens the GOAT debate and points to championships and longevity. If any part of that foundation was built on something that was not equally available to every other competitor. What does that actually mean for the argument? This is not about hating LeBron James. This is about what a standard is supposed to mean. Jason Whitlock pushed this story publicly and seriously. Rick Bohr talked about it on air. The biogenesis investigation pulled in Randy Mims, one of LeBron's closest lifetime associates. One of the Four Horsemen. Maverick Carter. Rich Paul. Randy Mims. That connection was never proof of anything on its own, but it was also never nothing. Former players. Former NFL athletes, UFC fighters, media personalities, all saying variations of the same thing, out loud, with their real names attached. So why is mainstream sports media treating this like it does not exist?
See,
Let them do it. I
and
don't
coffee.
What?
It could be creatine and coffee.
And peptides.
I mean, but I feel like, bro,
Drug test them immediately.
truthfully,
LeBron, keep doing what you do.
I've been around.
Drug test them.
I do not doubt it. Keep doing you. That was the final response. From someone who has been around professional sports and drug testing their entire career. Not outrage, not disbelief, not even mild concern. Complete acceptance. And that tells you everything about where this conversation has actually arrived. Because the people who should be most bothered by this, former players who competed clean, who gave everything, who followed every rule, they are sitting on podcasts and essentially shrugging because the money is too big. The entertainment value is too high. The NBA brand has too much riding on this story to allow anyone to seriously pull on the thread. Now consider what LeBron James is actually doing right now in 2026. 41 years old, heading into the playoffs without Luka Doncic, without Austin Reeves, being marketed as a one-man army who can will an entire franchise to the second round through pure greatness alone. And the mainstream media is packaging every moment of it as a story about legacy, about dedication, about a man who has refused to let time catch up with him. Maybe that story is completely true. Maybe it really is discipline and recovery technology and lifestyle choices that most athletes never commit to. But here is what cannot be ignored. Every person who has made this accusation, Jeff Teague, Kevin Garnett, Shaquille O'Neal, J.L. Sonnen, and now Korey Toomer. None of them faced any real consequences for saying it. Not one lawsuit. Not one official denial strong enough to shut the conversation down permanently. Just silence. And the conversation keeps growing louder. When former NFL players, former NBA players, UFC fighters, and media figures are all saying the same thing openly, with their names attached. And the people inside sport respond not with denial, but with casual acceptance. You have to sit with a very uncomfortable question. Why is nobody in mainstream sports media willing to have this conversation? Because the answer reveals more about how the NBA actually operates behind closed doors than any highlight reel or legacy documentary ever will. Drop your honest thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think the NBA is protecting LeBron James, or is this all speculation without anything real underneath it? Because this conversation is not going away.